Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Red Ibis Coach. I wanted to tell you some things that you can start doing right now if you want to move abroad. And they are a little bit counterintuitive, but just hear me out. I have lived in Australia, Japan, and Ireland. I've lived in Japan 3 times. Every single time I've moved abroad, I've done it all on my own. And I think that gives me a little bit of expertise in terms of how I can help somebody else make different choices than I made, but also make different choices than I see other people making because these are not necessarily mistakes, but they can hold you back or slow you down. So I want to help you avoid that. And so these will be surprising because they have nothing to do with the country you're going to. But the first thing that I recommend very strongly and start today, start right now. You have too much stuff. You have too many clothes you don't wear. You have things you don't use. You have stuff laying around that you don't do anything with, that you have no business having anymore. And that's not a judgment. That's just like, we can slim things down starting today, starting right now. Books you've already read, donate them to the library, give them away, gift them to someone. Someone else can read those books. You will not be packing those in your suitcase because they will weigh you down. They're too heavy, not worth it. You can always buy books wherever you're going. Clothes, go and start donating them. Give them to places that offer exchange. Some places will take your old clothes and sell them for you. Get rid of your old clothes. Be ruthless. If you haven't worn it in a few months, you're probably not going to wear it again. This is getting into warmer months, so you can definitely do an audit of everything in your closet that you wore or did not wear over the winter. Start getting rid of stuff. Look at your shoes. Shoes are heavy, they take up a lot of space in suitcases. It's not worth packing them in boxes and sending them overseas. You want to pare down your shoes. You really don't need a lot of shoes. If you have a lot of shoes, I love that for you, but you're not going to need that many shoes. Wherever you're going, you're going to want to buy the shoes that are there because they're going to be cool and they're going to be different than the shoes that you can buy here. Get rid of shoes. Other things that you can start getting rid of and start looking through, the things that slow you down on the last week, the last day that you're still in the country are the things in your junk drawers. All the little bits and bobs, all the pieces of things, all the cables and cords and loose ends and screws and buttons, like all that stuff that you don't have any use for, start figuring out what to do with it. Donate it, throw it away, give it to a place that sells and refurbishes electronics. You don't need that stuff. And that's really the stuff that will slow you down on the last day. And you'll be crying about it, or you'll be like trying to give it to someone, just like, can you take care of this last thing? And for them, it will look like a box of trash. And maybe that's what it actually is. So you can start looking through your stuff and decide what is not worth your time anymore. And this is about what will fit in 2 suitcases, which usually are only allowed to weigh a maximum of 50 pounds. So you would want to try to pare down everything over time. So on the day that you leave, you have 2 suitcases and a carry-on. Why not more? Because more makes you have to do more. The more you have, the more you pay for shipping. If you ship stuff, the more you have, the more likely it is that you're going to go over a weight limit for your suitcase and have to pay for an extra suitcase. You'll be packing and repacking in the airport because they won't let you put your oversized bags through. Like, this is to make it so that the day that you leave, it will already be stressful because travel can be stressful. You want to just glide on through with your 2 suitcases, your carry-on, and your backpack, or whatever it is, your laptop case. and you don't want to hassle. And I've heard it time and time again that people are like, okay, I'm ready to go. I got my visa. I got everything I need. I have a place to stay when I get there, all of that, which is amazing. You absolutely 100% cannot skip any of those steps. But the logistics that will get you on the plane and get you in the seat, buckled up, feeling peaceful, feeling ready to go, feeling like you didn't burden someone with your shit, your literal stuff that you didn't know what to do with. You don't want to have to worry about that. If you start now, you won't have to. You'll be spreading out the discernment and the paring down over time, and you will not be doing it at the last minute. I promise you, it will make your life so much easier. So, logistics is number one. Number two, start making sure you have your documents. Passport. That's non negotiable, obviously. If you think it could be helpful and you're applying for a passport currently, then also consider the passport card. That can be helpful if you're going places like Mexico or Canada. You don't need it though. Passport book, totally fine. That's what a lot of us use. That's what I use. That's number one. You also need to make sure you have your birth certificate, an apostilled birth certificate, okay? I'm saying okay like that because it's like, check it off, write it down. Seriously, you do not want to have to scramble for these things later. Passport, birth certificate, any other documents that prove your citizenship or prove that you were born where you say you were born. So that could be like a baptism certificate, that could be your social security card. These things are helpful when you get to other places. Have your degrees, your physical degrees. You want to take those with you. Have all of these in an easy to access place where you are going to remember where they are and they won't get, lost or put aside somewhere. Make sure they're in a specific location that you know, that's secure, that can't get wet, that your pets can't get to, stuff like that. So, passport, birth certificate, other proof of citizenship, or you were born where you say you were born, your degrees, transcripts. Get hard copies of transcripts. You never know when they're going to come in handy. They always end up coming in handy for some reason. So that would be the next thing. So logistics, paring down your stuff, documents, getting those in order. And third, I would say you probably need access to a printer because you're going to end up applying for something as some part of this process. So for example, when you go to Japan, so I've lived in Japan 3 times. When I go to apply for the visa, I need to fill out paperwork every time. So you want to make sure that you've just got an easy way to print things off. Go ahead and do that. Printers are very easy to give away or donate. So it's just worth investing in one. Very annoying to buy ink and printer paper and stuff like that, but instead of having to go to FedEx or wherever all the time to get your documents printed off, just go ahead and have it accessible. So that's logistics, passport and documents, printer. The last thing you will need, passport photos. You're going to need those when you apply for a visa usually. Sometimes you need them for a few other miscellaneous things. So I would say at least minimum 2 passport photos. 4 or more are better. Get new photos. A lot of times people try to use older photos. That can be great, but passport photo and visa document photos, like the very subtle kind of requirements can change sometimes. So it's best to get updated ones because they're going to match whatever their requirements are, whatever their criteria is. So those are some of my tips that can help you be more prepared for the day that you leave your country, wherever you are living right now. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if this was helpful to you. I promise you, even though these aren't like go to Mexico today or here's how you can go to Albania. It's not that kind of video. It's the kind of video that makes it so when you do make that decision, it's not as stressful as it could be. You're going to be 5, 10 steps ahead than a lot of people. Okay? All right. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.